So he promised a huge, huge surprise that would shake the wrestling world last night, basically on Dynamite, and it was the return of Pac, who has just been, in quarantine for 8 months. Like that was the big surprise. Like, who gives a shit? Like, oh my god, does that sound like Dixie or what?
Dixie, like an echo, right? It's I know I had this discussion with her, God knows how many times, and I'm sure there were probably a revolving door of other people there at that time, saying, Dixie, you don't throw hyperbole out there like that unless you're going to live up to it, and if you come out and say something like that, it better be, you got a Ric Flair, a Ricky Steamboat, a Hulk Hogan walking on the screen, something of that nature, of that level, if you're going to put out that kind of hyperbole. And for Paul, getting nothing against him, but you put that out there, and you're a fan of the business, and it's just a huge letdown, and it's but again, I think consistent with what we've talked about all along on this show is that you have basically what's like Dixie was a fan, right, of the business, and going where he thinks a wrestling fan's head wants to go. And it's just that I was curious. I'm glad you brought that up because I totally forgot that you said that, yesterday when you texted us the tweet itself, and I was sort of curious last night. I wonder what's going on, on the show tonight, and underwhelming to say the least. And that's not, when you make that kind of hyperbolic promise. Underwhelming is not a word you want to use.
I literally was like, okay, they got Sting. He's 60, 64 or whatever years old. Okay, he's a little bit old, but they got Sting. I guess that could kind of, and then it was Pac. I'm like, okay, or that, that's it. Like, what the hell? Like, that's
a guy
it?
they already had on their roster.
Yeah,
right?
he was just in quarantine. Yeah, like as if that was some big idea. And get this. The beautiful Jade Cargill, just random girl who was like a model. Now she's going to be in wrestling. She comes out. She actually cut a pretty good promo, and she has a big surprise for Cody Rhodes. Did you hear about this, Shane?
No. What was it? She had a cigar.
She's bringing in a giant to face Cody, and his name is Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh my god!
Oh no! Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I wouldn't say it changed wrestling forever because there was another company that ended up failing that went that sort of NBA route. Didn't turn out so well for it. And wow. I don't know if anybody's giving him advice, if he's taking advice, but amateurs. That's an amateurish move to do that kind of stuff, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't keep a catalog of the numbers in my head, but weren't ratings down this week?
764 lost, I think, a little bit less than 100,000, but down. So he makes this big proclamation. It's going to be this big thing. There's no big sports stuff going on. Maybe people are watching news or whatever. But you make this big proclamation, so you think, oh, maybe we're going to get a bump. No, down. Kind of sad for that anyway.
And you can bet by now, I'm guessing, the social media sites are probably, tearing into that a good little bit. And, again, we'll see. But it's to date, I stick with my original thing that we said last October. Shortly after they launched in October, I should say. I don't know if it was within a week of them starting and talking about the 1.4 block, now 1.3 block. So, a few weeks where it's been a little bit above that, a little bit below, like this week. Now completely delivering an underwhelming fulfillment of that huge of an announcement.
Bro, I hope you enjoyed that clip. Please remember to ring the bell to get notified, subscribe, and share. And also remember, if you want more premium content, just go to russosbrand.com and patreon.com/Russo TWC. You will get 12 shows a week for under the price of $10. Russo's brand, where pros are pros.